In the winter of 2009, the town of Black Hollow, Pennsylvania, had 3,412 residents, and one main road that cut through it like a scar, Marrow Road. At night, it was almost completely dark. No streetlights, no traffic, just trees and silence. On February 14, 2009, 27-year-old Emily Carter disappeared on that road, and for 13 years, no one could explain why. Emily wasn't the type of person people expected to vanish. She worked as a nurse's aide. She lived alone in a small blue rental house with a white porch swing. She called her mother every Sunday. She paid her bills on time. No drugs, no criminal history, no known enemies. At 9:42 p.m. that night, she left her coworker Rachel's house after a Valentine's dinner. She texted her mother at 9:51 p.m., heading home. "Love you." Her house was a 10-minute drive. She never made it. At 10:17 p.m., a 911 call came from a passing truck driver. He reported a silver Toyota Corolla sitting crooked along Marrow Road. Driver's door open. Headlights on, engine running, no driver. When police arrived, they found Emily's purse on the passenger seat. Her phone was missing. Her keys were still in the ignition. There were no signs of a crash, no blood, no broken glass. No tire marks indicating another vehicle, just silence and the woods. Black Hollow police initially treated it as a possible DUI walk-off. Maybe she'd stepped out after hitting a deer. Search dogs were brought in the next morning. They tracked her scent from the driver's side door, across the gravel shoulder, and 10 feet into the trees. Then it stopped. As if she had vanished into thin air, rumors spread fast in a small town. Some said she ran away with someone. Others whispered about the coal plant at the end of Marrow Road, closed since the 1980s, after 3 workers died in a methane explosion. Locals believed the place was cursed, but investigators focused on facts. Phone records showed Emily's last outgoing activity at 9:58 p.m., an unanswered call to a number no one recognized. The number was traced to a prepaid phone, purchased 2 weeks earlier in Pittsburgh. No ID required. It had made exactly 3 calls. All to Emily. Detectives uncovered something unsettling. 2 weeks before her disappearance, Emily told a co-worker someone had been watching her house. She said she saw headlights parked across the street late at night. When she stepped outside, the vehicle drove off. She didn't want to cause drama. The prepaid phone went dark the same night she disappeared, never used again. Months passed, then years. Searches of the woods turned up nothing. Drones, cadaver dogs, volunteer teams, nothing. Until 2013, a hunter found something half buried near an old logging path 3 miles from Marrow Road, a cell phone. Weather damaged but intact enough for analysis. It was Emily's. The battery had long died, but forensic technicians extracted partial data. One draft text message, unsent, timestamp 10:03 p.m. "Why are you here?" No recipient attached. The case shifted immediately. Now it was clear. She hadn't wandered off. She had encountered someone. Police re-examined everyone in her circle, friends, co-workers, patients, family members. Then a name resurfaced, Daniel Harlow, 34 years old in 2009, former maintenance worker at the assisted living facility. Fired months before Emily vanished for inappropriate conduct towards staff. He had asked Emily out repeatedly. She refused. Co-workers described him as quiet, intense, easily angered. At the time of her disappearance, he claimed he was home alone. No one could confirm it. His name had been looked at early in the investigation, but there was no physical evidence tying him to the scene. Until 2015, a cold case task force reprocessed evidence from Emily's car using updated forensic techniques. On the inside handle of the driver's door, previously thought to contain only partial smudges, they found a usable fingerprint. It wasn't Emily's. It matched Daniel Harlow. He was brought in for questioning again. This time, he asked for a lawyer. Police searched his property with a warrant. Behind his garage, partially covered by scrap metal and tarps, they found an old hunting knife with traces of oxidized blood. Testing confirmed the blood belonged to Emily Carter. But there was still no body, and without a body, prosecutors hesitated. Until a witness came forward, a woman named Tara Mills. She had dated Daniel briefly in 2010. She told investigators that one night, while drunk, he confessed to making someone disappear on Marrow Road. She thought it was a sick joke. Now she wasn't so sure. In 2017, Daniel Harlow was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. The prosecution's theory was chilling. They believed Daniel had followed Emily that night, using the prepaid phone to lure her into pulling over. He likely claimed he needed help or pretended to be someone she knew. When she stepped out of the vehicle, he confronted her. The unsent text, "Why are you here?" suggested she recognized him. They believe he forced her into the woods at knife point. The scent trail stopping abruptly indicated she may have been placed into another vehicle. Her remains have never been found. The trial began in 2019. Daniel maintained his innocence. His defense argued that the fingerprint could have come from months earlier when he worked at the facility and occasionally helped staff with car trouble. But co-workers testified he had never touched Emily's car. Phone records, the prepaid phone, the unsent text, the knife, Tara's testimony, the puzzle pieces formed a dark picture. After 6 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict, guilty. Daniel Harlow was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Yet, even with a conviction, Marrow Road remains haunted. Because Emily Carter has never been brought home. Her family still holds a memorial each February at the edge of the woods where her scent disappeared. Locals say that if you drive down Marrow Road at night, you'll notice something unsettling. There are no streetlights, but sometimes, deep between the trees, a faint flicker appears. Like headlights turning off, or someone watching from the dark. And for the people of Black Hollow, one truth remains: some roads don't lead home, some roads swallow you whole.